All right, so today we get into a cool looking case. As soon as I saw this case over on Instagram, I had to pick it up so I can show the fam because I was like, yeah, this is something different that I think they should see. And this is going to be the Mous Clarity for the iPhone 13 Pro Max in the brand new iridescent colorway. All right, now if you know about anything about iridescent, that's going to be able to give you that color shift, man. It's going to give you about every color in the spectrum when it comes to the back of it and the color shift that it has going on. All right. Now, I know the first thing that you're going to say, because y'all know we are MagSafe warriors over here. Yes, it does not have MagSafe, but this is the Mous Clarity version. Now, you have to go get the Mous Infinity if you want to have MagSafe. All right, they're just giving you different options out there when it comes to their cases. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let's step around it. Let's throw the phone in it and let's see what this case has and let's see what it looks like on the Alpine Green because I think this iridescent colorway is going to look good no matter what color iPhone that you have. All right, so let's go ahead and step through it. So on the top side, you see it's going to be completely closed, nothing going on there. On that left side, cut out for your mute toggle, volume up and down, and those buttons do have those air slits as you can see. Going along the bottom, you have your cutout for your lightning and your speakers. You do have a little lanyard hole here on the right side. You have your raised power button with those air slits as well. And on the back, you don't have a pretty, you don't really have a substantial lip that goes around the camera. Now, I do want to check that out once it gets on the actual phone because, I think this may need to be a little bit bigger, but we'll see when it slaps on. And on the inside, you see you do get that air shock technology, and that's going to help you out with a little bit of that drop protection when it comes to this case. All right, because we know Mous has some very nice drop protection when it comes to them. So let's go ahead and take the Alpine Green 13 Pro Max and let's see how it looks on this iridescent Mous Clarity. And yeah, that hits. Now, one thing about this Clarity case, all right, we're gonna talk about it towards the end, but you're gonna have to keep you a little rag or something close by, because this thing is gonna show fingerprints galore. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. And as you can see, this case kind of like just mutes the Alpine Green. Now you can see a little bit of it when the light hits it, but it makes the color look completely different. And this is why I feel like no matter what color iPhone, whether you have, whether it's graphite, I think silver, gold will look really, really good with this. I think they're all going to hit and they're all going to look pretty good, especially maybe even Sierra Blue, even though I don't really see that much. I see a little bit of blue shift in it, but I do feel like no matter what the color is, it's going to hit and you definitely should be good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and step through the case and make sure everything is popped on. All right, so looking at that mute toggle, it's pretty big, easy to get to, no issues there. Volume up and down. Now, although they're not my favorite buttons, they do feel a little bit mushy. They do work just fine. This is something I've been saying about mouse cases for a while now, but the buttons work nonetheless. On the bottoms down here, you see it is cut out, very good to go. And that power button also, same thing like the volume up and down, but it works well, no issues there. And taking a look on that back, as I said, when it comes to that camera, I would personally like to see just a little bit more protection when it comes to this camera ring. That's just a little bit too close for comfort, in my opinion. When you are talking about a case this level of drop rated, I feel like you should have a little bit more lip when it comes to that camera area. So that's just my 2 cents, Mouse. If you're listening, I would like to see a little bit more going on right here because even though it probably does protect it, it's just too close for my liking. I feel like a little pebble or something to get in there and it'll knock it all off. But that's it when it comes to that. Now, taking a look at that lay on the table protection. Now, one thing that I do love about the mouse cases is they do have that ski ramp effect, as I call it. So you can see it goes up on the top and you can see it raises on the bottom as well. And on the middle, you can basically kind of almost flush with the screen so you don't really get caught up messing with your swipe actions or anything like that. So this is going to work very nice with a lay on table protection. I have a tempered glass screen protector, but if you drop it down face first, if you have to put it down face first, you do not have to worry about it because it is sitting on those raised edges when it comes to the top. Now, this is also the same thing when it comes to the back, all right? You have a little ramp, if you can see right here, it slopes up there, and it's going to do the same thing on the back. It is going to slope up. So when you set it down, it's basically sitting on the two ends, not damaging or getting your back all scuffed up with table surfaces and different things like that. That's something that I always enjoy about mouse cases is the fact that they have raised edges all the way on both sides and especially on the back because you wouldn't want to get this back, this iridescent back all damaged or anything like that. All right, so definitely does good with the lay on table protection and just laying it on a regular table protection when you're not talking about the front. All right, now how does this actually fit on the phone? Now we already know about mouse cases. You know it's probably going to fit like an absolute glove because that's how they all fit. All right. So when it comes to the pull test, very stiff when it comes to the top. Coming along the sides, you're going to get no pull whatsoever. All right. Zero pull when it comes to the sides. And when it comes down here to the bottom, you're barely going to get a little bit of pull right there by the lightning. Same thing when you're talking about snapping this case on. When this case is on, it is up there. It's not coming off. This is a very, very tight fitting case, and that's what I'm talking about. Always A+ fitting when it comes to mouse cases. And how does it feel in your hands? You know, this material is the kind of material that's going to be a little bit slippery, all right? You don't have any type of grip anywhere while holding this case. When you're talking about thickness, you know, it has a little bit of thickness to it, but that's what mouse cases do because they are bringing you that level of protection. Now, when I told you on the back that you're going to need to carry some type of microfiber or something like that, you're going to need to carry it because this thing is going to get smudged up with fingerprints like crazy. And when it comes to taking a thumbnail for this video, it's going to be a challenge trying to make sure this thing is completely clean along with those huge cameras. So you are going to need to be able to keep this clean, but just look at the way that iridescent hits. All right, I don't know if I've been doing it even justice when it comes to this video, but that iridescent right there just hits. And if the sun was to catch it the right way, you're gonna literally probably blind somebody when they're out there in public. So you already know it. We don't have to check MagSafe because you already know there is no MagSafe, but you want to rock with regular wireless charging. Of course, it's going to work just fine with your regular wireless charging as well. And you really can't expect anything MagSafe related to work. Always like to test it out, but you know, you're not really going to get any type of connection when it comes to anything MagSafe related. All right, so this is going to be the Mous Clarity in the iridescent colorway. So if you're looking for something a little bit different when it comes to a clear case and kind of showing off the color of that phone, you can check out this. But if you want something more traditional from Mous, you can also check out their Limitless line, and I'll be sure to pop that video above. You go check that one out. If you made it to the end of this video, let me see the flex emojis down there in the comments, man. Later.